Rogers is an autistic boy. He's 15 years old. He's been missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee. And everybody has been looking for him. Everybody. He is 5 foot 5 inches tall. He weighs 120 pounds. Sandy blonde hair, and he wears glasses. And again, there is no footprint of him whatsoever.
You think back, and there might have been a reason he was possibly upset or something outside that could have enticed him to go outside. Was there anything that came to mind?
We've been combing over that day and even the weeks before he left, and I hadn't been able to figure it out. That morning he was laughing, he was joking. Everyone we were around that day agreed that he seemed like he was in a good mood, he was behaving.
This boy, I've done told y'all, reminds me of my son that had autism, that is my third son. And he disappeared right down the road from part of where my family lives. And I take all of these cases serious. I am not playing about anything right now.
The original thinking was that Sebastian Rogers left home on his own, but the fact that he disappeared without a trace now has authorities looking into the very real possibility of foul play.
I'm not trying to accuse them of anything. I'm trying to tell you how suspicious they are now becoming. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Annabella honeys. Hello, not crazy but crazy lady. Crazy cat lady. Andrea, hello. Hello, H. Davis. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Hello. Hello, hello. Thank you for all joining me today. I hope everybody's doing good today. I hope you got on your green. I hope you got on your green today. Hi, Mally Cat. Hi, H. Davis and Joe. Hello, hello, coffee bar lady. It is great to see you. Great to see you all. Welcome, welcome. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, Daniel. Hello, hello. Welcome. Betsy, hello. How you doing? I hope everybody's doing good. We got green on for Sebastian. Green on for Lucky. Green, green, green. All the way. Jules, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I hope everybody's had a wonderful day today. I sure do. Welcome in, welcome in. Astrology, hello. Somebody drop this channel right here for me. Somebody drop that channel right there. Oh, thank you, Jules. Thank you for all y'all do. Oh, thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you. You get the smiley bell. Oh, and Mally Cat. Mally Cat gave somebody a membership. Thank you. Thank you. Whoever got that membership, Mally Cat gave them a membership. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mally Cat. That was generous. Thank you. You forgot to wear green? That's okay. You're going to get pinched and some love today, honey. Just don't let them put no bruises on you. No bruises. Hey, Brandon. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. Mob Crew had a picture of the 3 a.m. car on Kellen. Oh, I will, honey. Don't you worry. I will check it out. Y'all make sure and drop Mob Crew and everybody check that out. Everybody check it out. Yep, we need to check it out. I have a feeling well, y'all check it out. We're going to, just check it out. And I know Justin, sorry about that. Got some names mixed up there. I had somebody on my mind or they had me on their mind. I don't know which one. Anyway. Anyway, I almost intertwined them names. Y'all, Just check out everybody. Oh, thank you. And thank you for being a member for 3 months. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love your channel and just you bring you. Yeah. I'm just me, honey. I'm just me. Well, welcome. Welcome. Welcome here. Welcome. Absolutely welcome. Thank you for being here. That is so cool. Absolutely. Welcome here. Every one of you is welcome. But happy St. Patrick's Day. Today is Monday, March 17th, and I'm in a very good mood. I'm very blessed. Today is my granddaughter's birthday, one of them, so I'm very blessed. Hey, funny face Brenda. She's in Tennessee, but she's 15, and I'm very lucky and blessed, and I'm very happy about that. And tomorrow is one of my son's birthday, so I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier about that. Yours was the 14th. Oh, well, happy birthday, belated, and happy birthday to all of you March babies and everybody coming up. Hello, hello. Is it, how do you pronounce your name? I don't want to say it wrong. Jonna? I don't want to say it wrong. Oh my God, I feel so stupid. Hey, Zipper. And tomorrow is your brother's birthday too? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I thought I was going to have a Lucky Charm baby too, but I got my granddaughter today. It's fun. It's fun. Yep, say his name. That's right, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Say his name. We're going to keep spreading his name no matter what, and his face no matter what. You're a May baby. You're a May baby. Spring showers bring May flowers. May's a good time. May's a good time. Oh, thank you. Not crazy. Thank you. You thought you were going to be an April Fool's baby? Yours was March 1st. Happy belated birthday. Happy birthday to all you March babies. Hello, Kristen. And I love y'all all. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we need to find these kids. We absolutely do. Absolutely. And we're going to. No matter what it takes, we're going to. Welcome, welcome, everyone. But I hope it's raining you all a pot of gold. And I hope you've all been blessed. All of you. May you get a lucky pot of gold. And if you didn't, I hope it comes next year, honey. Coffee Bar Lady said hers is in December. Oh, Zipper, thank you. I just want to share with everybody what everybody can't see. Not yet. I feel like the arrests are coming. I'm like Justin on that. I feel like they will be coming when we least expect it. Open up. I don't even think we're going to get a open up. I think what's going to happen is, they think, the dogs think somebody's knocking. I better stop that. I don't even think we're going to get an open up. I think they're going to just go boom and kick them doors in. Hey, where's Summer? Hello. I hope they record it too. Oh, yeah. Surely somebody will get a tip with the news and they'll be out there with them cameras. Hopefully. No, seriously, may the luck of the Irish be with us all, with you all, with you all. Lord, I got all my stuff being knocked off and everything. Yeah. Knock, open up. I'm the only one here making the most noise right now. My dog's going crazy in there. Tell me, Rah, shut up. Here's an old Irish blessing I come across today. May God give you, okay, hold on, let me get this one, see it. May God give you for every storm a rainbow, for every tear a smile, for every care a promise, a blessing for every trial, for every problem life sends, a faithful friend to share, for every sigh a sweet song, and for an answer for every prayer. I like that. I thought I would share that with you today. So if you haven't heard that, there you go. Hey, brown eyes girl. Hello, hello. Janita? I'm still saying it wrong. I know I am. Somebody can help me. Look, I'll get my little thing and I'll learn it. I promise. Cross my heart. I'm just a country girl, honey. Tell them what'll come out of my mouth. Hey, she ran calling wildfire. Hello, honey. Welcome, welcome. So how have y'all been? Blessings to all. That's right. Blessings to all. I hope everybody is still sharing Sebastian's name and his face out. I don't know if, I know the Bolo the other day had some of the stuff in Spanish. But I was just thinking, we need the entire thing, everything put in Spanish. Everything. I don't know if I saw that or not, but it just hit me today. Hey, Rev is a Stitch lover. If we could get somebody, and maybe it was, and I missed the whole thing. I know that half of it was, some of it was. We need to get the entire thing in Spanish because, and Lord, honey, if I knew how to do it, I would. That's not my department. But we need to get it in Spanish. And if you're listening, Dog or anybody who could do that, I was thinking not just for the Mexico border or whatever, because there's a lot of people who speak Spanish that's in the United States that maybe their family don't speak English or don't read English. And it would be nice to spread those flyers around. And it's just the thought I had maybe 20 minutes ago. And if that's possible, if you could just write one and get it out here on the internet, we could print it out. I would appreciate it so much. So much. So that's what I was just thinking. I wanted to get that out. So I want to watch this short here. Let me put this down. Hold on just a minute. I want to watch this short video here first before I go on. Yeah, and we can post it on our Facebook account, Twitter, YouTube. We can print them out, send them out, post them. I think it would be great. That's just my thought. Let me share this screen here. And let's see. All right, I'm going to play this. Give me just a minute. We're going to give Shay's Safe Place credit for this. Thank you for that, Not Crazy. Thank you so much. Let me get up here. Hold on a minute. Y'all go over and sub to Shay's Safe Place. And let me start some music here. A little bit of music in the background. Hold on. Okay. Evidently, we missed this, but Shay found it, and good job doing so. Chris evidently said he had a lawyer. And we've listened to this many a times, and he has a lawyer. So I'll listen to it again. Well, hold on, I got to turn it on first, don't I? Jesus.
Got a problem. All you got to do is pick up the phone and call her. Be an adult.
Plus,
Be a
it shows what
responsible
nasty
adult.
he is. I always love him
And just
making an
call
ass out of himself.
Can you hear me, Chris?
Oh, I can hear you.
Because all I'm hearing is anger and attitude from you. What I'm
And
trying
you should, Seth. You should.
Why?
What you're doing is bullshit, and you know it.
And here we go.
continue to move forward regardless of what the outcomes are. Right. Whether Sebastian walks in the door, they find him in the woods somewhere, or we never found him.
Right, it's like
The end game is to bring him home, but the world and life does not stop this way ever.
right.
They had cats. And I'm allergic to cats. So, Mom made the choice and got rid of the cats so we could.
She got rid of Sebastian's cats for you. Is that what she did to Sebastian? Remember, y'all were fed up with him.
But as for contact between me and the Proudfoots, there has been no contact.
Yeah, because like Bella was gonna start kindergarten next Monday.
Sebastian wasn't very much like he didn't go outside very much.
He prefers to play. He prefers to play inside. It was typical for him to get up and come and rummage for snacks and things like that.
They to be here last night and to go into their rooms and know that I wasn't gonna turn the rain machines on. And I know that I wasn't gonna turn their monitor on. No, I wasn't gonna kiss them to bed tonight. It was. That's why last night was.
That's a great
I
comparison.
couldn't do it. I just.
You know, we have a bedroom that's empty. That is never, normally ever empty.
Around here, and I really hope that all this can lead to something positive.
Activity. You know, maybe try to make it a positive thing.
If she's vanished, like, I want her back so bad. I want those kids back so bad.
Take my son. I want to find him so bad.
There's no malice. So we just want our boy home. But, yeah.
Yeah, it's unique, you know, but staying on the safer side and just having like a lawyer or law firm do it for you.
Safer side. You don't need a lawyer if you didn't do anything. No, you don't.
You're protected by doing it that way. Let's put it that way. Stay in that road. Keep it narrow. Just one lane. Here it is. We're not deviating. We're not going off course. We're not going.
Oh, but we are, sir. We are.
No, we are. Yes, you heard that right. Chris Proudfoot admits to, quote, staying on the safer side and having a lawyer. Well, Chris, if you and Katie didn't do anything wrong, why do you all need a lawyer? See, that's why that Katie has these strange statements. That's why they're not coming out as much. That is why I think they're suspects. And that is why I don't think they're talking to law enforcement anymore. He just said, keep your story narrow and don't change your story and deviate from it.
So how is that for you? Mr. Chris, I don't think you should be calling
Bet
into
you
game
if that
shows.
one person didn't run back toward
hold on a
that
minute.
house,
How to get that off?
I bet you anything they would be all over that.
What's Justin
That's
doing
fear.
up there?
Yes. That's exactly what that is.
Hold on a minute. I think
No icon. There's nothing. I do.
Okay, so we don't need to see that. Anyway, so yes, y'all go sub to, I think I might have cut it off. If I did, y'all go watch the rest. But anyway, go sub to Shay Safe Place. Credit goes to her. Y'all heard it. And there's that. I am going to also, hello, everybody coming in. Thank you for being here. Hey, Malduke. Hello. I'm going to present this. Hold on just a minute. I think it's this one. Okay. Now we're going to watch the CNY family. Hold on a minute.
For those of you that are returning viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you. So there's a few things that I want to get into.
We're going to watch the CNY family.
About Chris. Okay. Now, there's been a lot of people that think that Chris and Katie themselves are victims in this case. I do not feel that way. But I'm going to let you hear some things right straight from the horse's mouth, right straight.
Hey, Forever Nikki's
from
mom.
Chris's mouth himself. I mean, he has showed us his true colors. I don't know if a lot of people out there are colorblind. I don't know if a lot of people out there have selective hearing, but Chris has come out and said some very suspect, very sketchy things. And we're going to discuss it. So let's get right into it. Before we get started, please go ahead and hit that like button for me. And if you have not already done so, please hit that subscribe button.
I don't have time to be emotional. I have a wife to take care of. I have a daughter. I have bills. I have a house. I have things that have to be done. And I have a family. So I don't have the time to be an emotional person. I stated my piece, and
I look for that forever.
After that, things have been great.
You don't have time to be an emotional person.
I don't have time to be an emotional person. I stated my piece, and ever since then, things have been great. Did he say I don't have time to be an emotional person? What is that? Your stepson, who you've been in his life since he was 7 or 8 years old, has been missing now for over a year, but he doesn't have time to be emotional. He doesn't have time to be emotionally involved. He doesn't have time. Basically, what he's saying is, I don't have time to care. I don't have time to care.
Yep.
And
I look for that
ever since
forever.
I've come out and said my piece on it, things have been great for me. Things have been great.
But I also understand that they have a job to do.
That was not my channel.
And I have to go by that. And I've been happy ever since.
Things have been great. I've been happy ever since. Yeah, this is the guy that people are like, oh my God, he's such a victim in this case. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Well, there's some folks involved, creator-wise, that know this. They're just choosing not to accept it. They feel, oh, there can be something else done. Well,
we need to accept it.
Cool, if so.
Okay. I don't have time to be an emotional person, meaning I don't have time to care. I have a wife. I have a daughter. I don't have time to care. I've came out. I said my piece. Things have been great ever since. I've been happy ever since. So this whole, oh, they're a victim, he's a victim in all of this is the biggest load of horse shit that I've ever heard. I don't understand why people are not getting it. Chris does not care that his stepson is gone. Does not care at all. Right from his mouth. He doesn't have time to care about it.
And I love
He's been great ever since he's been happy.
Nikki's mom.
What else do
I
you
love
freaking need to hear?
That happens a lot. Worst part. And that's fine. That's understandable. Personally, I think everybody fucking starts looking for shit.
Yeah.
Ain't more the fucking bacteria of the foam that forms on the fucking worst form of bacteria on Earth. That's what I truly feel.
Yeah, I feel you. I hear you. I can feel it through the phone.
Oh, trust me. Chloe's lucky I'm not standing in fucking front of her. Like I said, I will bring the fucking cops when I see her.
Okay, well...
And it was more my protection than hers. Because right now, you can inform her. She fucking calls me, says my fucking name, anything of that fucking nature involving Katie or me or anybody else, I'm going to slap the shit out of her with the same fucking thing I told you.
Wow. Here he is again. This guy everybody wants to say is a freaking victim. Everyone wants to say, well, he's being harassed. There he is threatening to slap the shit out of a woman because she disagrees with him. Did you listen to how many times he dropped the F-bomb in that 1 minute little clip? Did you feel the anger that guy has inside of him? And he wants to play victim. He wants to threaten to slap a woman. Okay, first of all, he's got this authority complex where he thinks he's intimidating. You know, and I guarantee you he used that on Sebastian. I guarantee he did. But that is the real Chris Proudfoot right there. That is him. That is the real man right there. Not this person that everybody wants to say, oh, poor Chris and Katie. No. You are mistaken.
The rumor is actually that about your mom, her car being parked at like Worshams and him getting
Okay, so here's the answer. The final answer to this.
It's not just an online rumor because people have driven up to me and personally spoken about this.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, can I make the statement?
I wish
this is very simple.
Wow, look how he went from 0 to 120 in, seconds flat. And you're going to tell me that Sebastian was safe in that home with that man?
Sebastian was not safe. He had a temper. He could fly off the handle in the blink of an eye, if you ask me, and Katie allowed it.
This conversation has nothing to do on social media. You want to have this conversation, Seth? You call me, you get Heather, you get Chloe on the phone. Hell, I'll do you one better, and I will get Bobby and Carter on the phone, and we'll all sit down and have this little fucking powwow.
Seems like Chris has some anger issues. Seems that way. Let's hear some more things straight from the horse's mouth, shall we, folks?
Some people in this world are a lot more patient and tolerant than others. And there are some people in this world that I would highly recommend they walk very softly, because there are people in this world that won't tolerate certain things, and you will find yourself in a potential legal situation. I'm just saying it. I'm not saying it's me.
Just say.
I know who you're referring to.
Just say. What are you
who is
saying?
a very
what are you saying?
Stand-up man.
What are you saying?
Great family. We all love them. The community loves them.
We all love our families too, Chris.
People need to dwindle.
Say.
You know, it's too bad that they, the family, the community, didn't care enough about Sebastian as much as they do this man that Chris is out there trying to protect. It's too bad.
For no reason. But I will say this, there's some funny aspects that people have made out there. You know, somebody said that my uncle owns the subdivision next door that they're being built at. No, my uncle's retired.
I mean, not for nothing. But you can still be retired and own things. Now, I'm not saying his uncle does own it. I'm just saying you can still be retired. You can be retired and still own things, businesses, shit like that.
I think it's great, though, that people want to come out with kind of crazy things, but good Lord. I wouldn't dwindle too much into certain things. It's really not.
And you don't dwindle into things. You dwindle on something.
Not worth it, folks. It's really not. You know, because in this world, they say like 1 in 6. No, you know, like one person out of every 6 people, you know, somebody that they know that they know that they know. That's how small the world is. In some aspects, it gets smaller and smaller. So you may say something, and it may eventually down the road, karma has a way of coming around with a name and a face. Be careful. We don't need that. People don't need that. We all need to be standing citizens.
It's upstanding citizens, dummy.
That take care of one another. I'm sorry, but I can't stand to see how much negativity is going on in this world.
I can't stand how much negativity is going on in this world. But look at
He can't stand all the negativity that's going on in this world. Boy, I couldn't wait to stop it here. But Christopher Proudfoot, you, sir, have brought all the negativity in Sebastian's name to YouTube. Do you even realize what you're doing? I think you do. You're sitting here whining and crying to everybody, trying to shout out to the world about all this negativity and all this bullshit that you're trying to feed everybody. Yet, allegedly, you have fired your little, what do they call him? Unscrupulous PI. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not true, but he seems to have disappeared. Poof! Nowhere to be found. But yet you hire somebody worser than him that has zero scruples. None. Seems to be a female. Off the charts. That has no respect. Nothing. And frankly, you got time to call all of these game shows and watch every YouTube station and, you know, or pay people to do so, when you should be voicing your opinion for people to not do this, to put that extra breath and that extra effort into trying to find your stepson. Oh, not because you give a damn about him, which, you know, nobody ever expects you to give a damn about him. You never did. That was a joke. But because allegedly you're supposed to love your wife. Remember her? Katie. I guess you remember her when you're not getting some on the side somewhere else, huh? The one you should have been rushing home to that morning. You know, you wanted to protect your family. But as we hear here, you've accepted it and you just moved on. You accepted it real quick. You didn't make your way back to Hendersonville until after 1 something that day. But you sure got mommy over there to control the situation and make sure Katie didn't fuck it up and didn't say nothing she wasn't supposed to Seth, right? Let me just keep on. I'm going to keep going.
How much negativity was in his life, in his household. Look at the negativity that he was just bringing to that chick that he wanted to slap the shit out of. I mean, this guy has clearly has some issues of his own. This guy has come out over and over and over again and shown everybody just the type of person that he is. And people refuse to see it. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if people have been paid off. I don't know if people have been, you know, bribed or blackmailed into being on the side of the Proudfoots. But when it comes to this case, there is no reason why people should be defending these two. There is no reason. None whatsoever.
It's so simple that it's probably a very boring case if you took away all the crap. It's just a simple, we have a 15-year-old autistic child.
Wouldn't you love us to take away this case? Wouldn't you like this case just to puff, go away, disappear, just like Sebastian? Wouldn't you love that? No missing flyers, no rewards, no Smiley talking about it, no YouTube talking about it, no Bullhorn Betty, No clutch them pearls. No TikTok Tony. No TikTok anybody. No Dog the Bounty Hunter. No Brittany J. No Hong. None of their bullshit. Nobody. None of the fuss. Nothing. Nobody. Nick. Where's he anyway? I bet his mouth is taped green today. I bet you'd have all that green money that's just disappearing from mommy's bank account. It would really be a pot of gold for you next year. This time next year, if everything just went away, wouldn't it? You would love it if everything and everybody just played Houdini. Chris Proudfoot. You and your henchmen can't kill everybody, honey. What are you gonna do? Oh, would you like a link now, Chris, so I can finish asking you these other questions I have for you? Just asking. Are you scared Smiley's channel will really screw you up and you'll really say something you don't want to say? I think Terry Lynn would let you go on and on and on with me this time instead of knocking you off. It won't be your daughter that's calling you. Remember that lie? I'll drop you a link if you want to. Just go and chat. I know you're watching. I see you. I hear you. I feel you.
That is missing. And unfortunately, the best part about it is he has managed to do this without any evidence left behind whatsoever.
Now, who would say that? If you were a caring, loving step-parent to this child, right? And they've been missing, you wouldn't say the best part about it. You would say, and the worst thing is that there is no evidence to go off of. But no, instead, Christopher chooses to use the words, and the best part is he did it without leaving any evidence. Now, we have heard Chris say multiple times he is referred to there being no evidence, zero evidence. He said that over and over again. But when you're going to sit there and you're going to say, and the best part about this is that he did it, he disappeared without leaving any evidence, is not a loving stepfather who wants to find his son. That's not the case here. I mean, I don't understand it. It's like you hear these people that defend these two and you just want to knock their heads together, because it's like, do you have any brain cells in that brain? I mean, is it working? Because the things that this man has come out and said about Sebastian, about the case, about everything is mind-blowing. Now, I wanted to bring this up, and I know you can't see it for some reason. This screen's green. I don't freaking know why. It usually, I don't know why it's doing that. But anyway, I want to read this. So Chris, someone that worked with Chris at St. Jude's that day,
I don't know if Car Guy's in here now or not. Car Guy, if you rewatch this or whatever, or if you're in here and you remember what you asked me at the, I don't want to put you on the spot in here, but you remember what you asked me at the vigil, and I told you I didn't know. Now I'm not so sure. I'm thinking, and yeah, I'm thinking probably, I'm thinking differently now.
Right? On the 26th. Now, according to the story, Katie called Chris at what? 6 in the morning, 6 something in the morning, and he was at work, right? Now they said, I am working at St. Jude's. Chris was operating the crane for us February 26th. Now that's the day that Katie that called him that morning and said, listen, Sebastian's missing. I had issues with his performance and his attitude and demeanor all morning. So bad that I requested for him to be removed. Now, he's not upset. He's not crying. He's not distraught. He's not worried about his son. No, he's there, obviously, according to this, like just being an asshole, being arrogant, so much that he needed to be removed from the work site. Now, Chris told us that he had to wait until they could get coverage for him because he couldn't just leave. He wanted to just leave and come home, but he couldn't do that because he was at a job. So he had to wait for someone to come and relieve him in order for him to leave. He never told us.
Even though he knows
he never come out and said, no, I was removed.
But now I'll be bragged.
I was removed from the property.
He can't handle me
because of my shitty ass attitude. Now, does that, again, that's not someone that is like freaking out because their stepson is missing. No, that's not the behavior that this guy is describing.
He thought he vetted me, but he didn't vet me too good.
Now, here's something that I found interesting. So Chris obviously watches Dolly. Obviously. So he calls in to the show there and wants to vote off Laura Lodge, who we know just did the interview with Seth and Tony, but he calls in Dolly's show and wants to, vote him off the island or whatever. Not a big deal. Here's the thing though. Chris supports Dolly. Okay. Dolly, okay. His brother is an RSO living in his home. So he wants to do all this talk on Sebastian about how, oh, well, if people knew what he did or who he was, nobody would look for him. Chris blamed Sebastian for the essay that happened to him in California. But he supports Dolly, somebody who has an RSO as a brother living in his home. Do you see what I'm saying? Everybody knows what an RSO is, babe. Now, speaking of, I thought that I should include this because Chris supports Dolly. That's why this is important. Chris watches Dolly, right? And he allows things like this. He allows people to talk on Sebastian like Dolly and this chick that is with him and this lady that calls in. But that's all good. That's cool, right? It's cool to talk about Sebastian in this way. I just saw this morning, this clip. I could not believe what I was hearing. So let's take a listen. It might not play. It hasn't been playing any of these. So we're only getting the audio, but it might because it's on Twitter. Let's see. Part of me is like, I don't want to play this, but part of me, I do. Because these are the people that the mom and stepdad support. This is the kind of crap they support.
Somewhere. Let me tell you, I do look for him. I'm in the woods looking.
No, it's
I'm
not.
looking for remains.
I'm not playing. No,
It
that's not
sucks to say it, but it's the
It's like
truth.
their statistics.
Yeah.
Trust and believe. No.
Dolly. Hello.
Hi, Dolly.
Hey.
Hey, this is Judy from Florida.
Hey, Judy.
In my opinion, and this is just my opinion only, I think you've been asking about what he might have did that nobody would go find him.
Uh-huh.
I think maybe he was showing himself to little girls.
Do you think that's what it was? That was something of that nature?
Yeah, I do. And that's why the whole family was really mad at him. I think he might have even showed himself to Faith. And that might have been why.
Now, it has already been established that Sebastian was very close with Faith. Nina said so. Seth said so. That this has already been established, okay? Not that he would never have done something like that. He was very protective over Faith. He was very, big brothery over Faith. So why they would allow, why Chris and Katie, I mean, you want to attack everybody else, but why you would let somebody that you support sit there and talk on your son the way that they did right here in this clip is disgusting.
He wanted him out of that house.
I've always felt stuff like that, but I didn't want to voice it because I don't think it's really art.
Now, remind you, in case y'all didn't know, because I'm going to say this. And if you know, you know. Brandy Neal threw a damn fit at a channel one time. I won't call the channel out. Back in the Summer Wells case. She didn't even want Michael's name in a title that had essay in it or anything. And then she got up on panel and told them because they didn't want to take it down or whatever it was. Can't remember now exactly. But there was a big thing about it. And listen, it doesn't matter. That mother stood up for her child. But yet, you got Katie and them. The only time that they want to come out is either to try to one-up somebody or to call into a game show or sit on a panel with 5 or 6 people chumming it up. No mention of Sebastian. For distraction or whatever you want to call it. While people's looking this way or trying to get his name and face out, they're going distraction, look this way. Some serious problems with that. Serious. Think about that.
We do know Chris said things like I could say some things where nobody would want to look for Sebastian. But listen, Sebastian has a mental disability. If he was, let's just say he did expose himself. Is that enough to not look for him, though?
Well, that all adds up to what I believe happened because when he got diagnosed with autism, it was because he was he got diagnosed at 14. His behavior had...
Which I gotta say, I did not know that. I did not know that he was only diagnosed with autism at 14. That's weird, right?
Change enough to where they went to get him diagnosed for something, and then the stuff that Seth was saying in the beginning about how I think he had to step in front of it.
What if he was having man things going on at inappropriate times?
I mean, it's possible.
I don't know.
If it was little girls, a lot of people would be really shunned to go look for him because I had a little granddaughter and somebody showed their self to him.
I mean, a mentally challenged kid, though, it ain't like a normal person.
I still would be upset. I want to keep my kids away from him as far as
Is that enough to make people not go search for a missing kid? Just because he had possibly done something?
You know what? I don't know, because if that was, like I said, I have a lot of granddaughters, and I'm very protective over them.
Yeah.
And if somebody was doing some stuff like that, I'd want to keep my kids away from him as far as possible. I don't think
unless it was your kid, lady.
And
that is absolute insanity to me.
Bullshit.
That is absolutely crazy. These people have no proof or evidence that anything like that took place. But yet, they're sitting here trying to justify why people aren't going out and searching, why Chris and Katie are not going out and searching.
Yeah, that's their
That's what all of this is. That's what
Katie's
they're
child.
talking
She
about.
needs to be
why
searching.
people wouldn't be out searching for Sebastian. And then saying these things without any shred of evidence whatsoever is absolutely crazy to me. And we know Chris watches Dolly. We know that. So why they are allowing this talk on their missing son is ridiculous to me. That is not okay, ever.
Sounds maybe terrible because he's got problems, but very protective of my girl.
Yeah, well, I mean, for Chris to say something like that and not,
I think he handed it a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, we don't talk about it publicly, but between me and PJ, we kicked that around and thinking, well, what could he be talking about? What's so bad? And like I told him, even if he did that, a special needs kid, he may not understand what he's doing, and that's still no reason not to search.
That's
for
actually
him.
the only thing that made sense to me, is that it had something related to the essay to do with his behavior, because we saw him in public on video.
I would get that.
He had essay behavioral issues that they couldn't get under control.
Yeah, but I asked somebody behind the scenes. And they said that's not the case.
His real father was walking around naked.
You know,
wasn't his real father walking around without any clothes on in front of him?
His real father said that he was showing his weenie to people and thinking it was normal.
Yeah, see?
I mean...
But if he did that to Faith, you don't think that Chris wouldn't fly off the handle?
Yes. I'm sure he wouldn't like it.
Okay, now, here, at the end here, is where the lady tells what she believes happened. And that is crazy.
No, I'm sure you wouldn't if it was your daughter.
No, my daughter's 25. I wouldn't like it.
We're pretty protective over our little kid.
Yes.
Well, anyhow, that's what I thought. And I think, in my opinion, that Katie took him to a car. And I think that they took him. I agree with that one, Reverend Donna. I think that they took him to a house. And I think they beat the crap out of him until they killed him.
What? Is that not insane? So many people believe that he was taken into a vehicle that night. Okay, that's what the flashlights were, right?
Oh my God!
This woman is literally saying, "I think," which is crazy to me to speak on. Like, it's
I got a
crazy
call from Sebastian, Florida,
to even put something out there like this when
I don't know who it is.
You have
it
no idea.
Sebastian, Florida.
Is
Isn't
to
that
say,
a sign? Is that
well,
a sign? That's weird.
I think that
I don't know who
Katie
that
put him in a
is.
vehicle and they took him to a house and beat him until he passed.
Answer this.
Chris and Katie watch and support this person right here. They support this. They're letting this continue, but they want to get offended and they want to cry victim when somebody says something about them. But they allow they allow people and they support people who speak on their son in this kind of light. That is disgusting. Everything Chris and Katie have done have showed us who they are. There's a saying, when someone shows you who they are over and over again, believe them. So I don't know what everybody's problem is, because Chris and Katie have made it very freaking, to quote Chris, crystal clear who they are and how they felt about Sebastian. They have made that abundantly clear. As far as I'm concerned, it's disgusting. They are disgusting human beings for everything that they have done, everything that they have said, everything that Katie didn't do for her son. In my opinion, I mean, it's over. Like, what else is there to say? These people did not care about Sebastian. Bottom line, period. All right, let me hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'm going to end this one here. I love you guys. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions. Keep spreading that light, and I will see you all next time.
Hey, y'all.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys? I hope you guys are good. All right, so I'm going to make this quick.
Hold on a minute.
First off,
this guy's laughing.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on. This guy's laughing. Look, this might be y'all's lucky day. Y'all, I promise y'all. Hold on a minute. Seriously. I am this stream. Look, I answered this because because it said from Sebastian, Florida. I'm doing something on a missing kid. Let me just tell you about this. You got to listen to me if I got to listen to you. Okay. There's this missing kid out of Tennessee. Okay. His name is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Have you ever heard of that case? Oh.
It took a left turn.
He's like, oh no, it took a left turn. Okay.
Put you on vacation.
This guy's trying to put me on a vacation, and I told him he might be able to sell y'all a vacation. All right, but I want to tell you about him real quick. It'll take 5 minutes, okay? And no, it won't take 5 minutes. I ain't gonna take 5 minutes of your time. It's a $347,000 total reward, okay? I just want to tell you real quick, okay? He's 16 years old now. He was 15 when he went missing from his Hendersonville home. He hung up. He hung up. Hey, how about that? How about that? He hung up. He hung up. Okay, now let's get back to the story, okay? He was going to sell all of y'all a vacation. Well, okay, so now let's get back to the story.
I just want to say, if you guys are returning to this channel, thank you guys so much for coming back. Those of you that are just stumbling upon the channel, thank you guys for being here. I'm going to ask you guys all to hit the like button and hit that subscribe button if you have not already done so. Okay.
Please go subscribe.
Now we're going to talk about something real quick here. Let me pull this up, because I had about enough. Okay. So this is a video that was originally released that we've talked about. I've talked about on this channel that came back as partly being AI, right? So this is the video, but I'm just gonna play it. So
I'm gonna be telling you about Sebastian.
You can see my point when I get there.
Start turning around. Come back this way.
Yeah, that they released.
Come on, pedal. Don't stop.
Team Proudfoot. This is the video that they
released. You keep it up. You do it. Keep doing it. And that's how you ride, man. All right, so turn around, come back.
No, just listen to look at how it looks. Look at the pixels. Keep how it looks, and then listen to Chris's voice during this video. All right.
There you go.
That's how it sounds.
Come on, you got it.
Swear to God, it said Sebastian.
Now look down, look
I'm
up.
like, what?
There you go. There you go. Start turning around. Come back this way.
Well,
okay.
Got his name out, right?
That's the one they originally released. That's the one Illuminati put out on her channel that Chris and Katie Proudfoot gave her permission to put out. Okay. Now, then they pulled some shit like this after there was so much backlash on that video. Then they give you this. And they say, whoa, wait a minute. After so much crap came out about that video, then they released this one, said, no, this is the original video. Okay, let's look at the difference. This is the original video.
Just ride. Look where you're going. Let's start turning around. Come back this way. Come on, pedal. Don't stop. See?
Mm-hmm.
You keep it up, you do it, keep doing it. And that's how you ride, man. All right, so turn around, come back.
Unless the whole idea of releasing that video was to start some shit, right? Why not release this video? If this is the original video, which they claim this is the original one, the one they put out first wasn't original. Well, no shit. So this is a lot clearer, right? This is a lot clearer. It looks nothing like the previous video that I just showed you, and that was the one that they released. So if you had possession of this video, why in the world would you release such a Why would you release the first video you did unless you were just trying to start some shit and say, hey, wait a minute, look at these people over here are look at what they're doing. They're tearing this moment apart. They're tearing this video apart. Why are they doing this? Like this, I can't believe, like who would do this? Well, what reason would you not release this perfectly clear original video? Meaning, them claiming, wait a minute, this is the original video.
Good night, crazy
Meaning,
lady.
the first one was not original. The first one was altered. The first one was messed with. So why would you not release this one?
Love you, Andrea.
Unless it was all just a ploy to try to make people look bad, or to try to make people look like they were attacking a moment, or try to make it look like people were just, monsters. No, this was done on purpose, and it was done for a reason. You had this perfectly clear video. Why you would release that shit video with everything the way that it was is beyond me. It makes absolutely no sense. So they need to get it together.
Honey.
Okay. The next thing. There's a lot of people that believe that the reason that these pictures are coming out and these video clips with Chris and Sebastian is because Chris is trying to save face from all the shit he's said, from all the shit he's done. Now he's trying to make himself look better. Now he's trying to prove, hey, I had a good relationship with Sebastian. Here's a minute or two. Here's a minute or two that at times were good. Here's another minute or two that times were good. Maybe Chris should have done himself a favor and kept his mouth shut this entire time. And he wouldn't be out here now under all this pressure trying to prove that he is a decent human being. Because every time he was out there running his mouth, every interview he did, every panel he did,
they've been coming out.
All he was doing was shooting himself in the foot. And now he wants to backtrack because now everybody knows that there's so much shit on them. Okay, so let's talk about some things. Let's talk about this, for instance.
Thank you.
Life is going to continue to move forward regardless of what the outcomes are.
Right.
Whether Sebastian walks in the door.
No, that's not Jay for Jay. If it is, hell, I don't know it, but I don't think it is. No.
We never find him. The interview.
Okay. Life needs to move on. Life is going to move on regardless, whether or not, he walks in the door, they find him in the woods somewhere, or he's never found it all. Life needs to move on. I've heard this before. Oh, yeah. I heard this before. When Kylie was missing, her mother said the same thing. Life needs to move on. Life needs to go forward. Here you have Chris saying whether or not he walks in the door, or they find him in the woods somewhere, or he's never found again. Life needs to move on, right? Yeah, you sound real fucking heartbroken, Chris.
Life is going to continue to move forward regardless of what the outcomes are.
Right.
Whether Sebastian walks in the door, they find him
if she
in the woods somewhere.
You better watch out because she's taking your money on one channel.
Who even says that?
You on the other, honey.
Who even talks like that? Who says shit like that? He could have just simply said, I understand that life goes on, and I mean, like the world doesn't stop because our son is missing. However, our world kind of did. No, he says, well, we need to move forward. We need to move forward. And then he brings up him being found in the woods. Like, who says shit like that? Okay. This guy that right now is trying to be portrayed as this great teaching stepdad. And he took the time to help Sebastian. He took the time to teach Sebastian. Yeah. Well, it doesn't erase all the things you've said and done, guy. Okay. That is who it is. That is who you are. Moving on.
I'm not sure you want me to on this new computer I got touching buttons, but I will on my phone. I'll double check and check it out. I'm serious. I don't think y'all want me touching buttons on here.
What is up What kind of
It does seem
mother,
weird, though,
when her
don't you?
child is missing, takes his clothes and donates them to Goodwill? What kind of mother does that? Well, what kind of mother does that?
He probably did.
The reason why is that true what someone just said in chat? That she had to identify them through law enforcement?
She probably did. And she probably was able to because they were Sebastian's. But again, Seth ended up with a bag, allegedly, of Sebastian's old clothes because Katie supposedly was dropping them off at a Goodwill bag, allegedly, a bag, and she probably was able to because they were Sebastian's. But again, Seth ended up with a bag, allegedly, of Sebastian's old clothes because Katie supposedly was dropping them off at a Goodwill, and a searcher, aka a subscriber, saw her do so, called up Heather Cohen, and said, "Oh my God, I'm over here at this shop and Katie Proudfoot's here with a bag of clothes." She asked her to intercept the clothes. The lady went and told the lady what was going on. The lady said, "Sure, no problem." And Heather sent Seth over to pick them up. And Seth was saying, and he kept saying, I've been driving around with a bag of clothes in my car for over a week and they still haven't come to get them. But they were outgrown clothes. Yeah.
I know
Okay, now you could say, I'm sorry about that, y'all. I was muted. I was just sitting here talking away. Yes, and why would you talk about cement and how deep and wide a freaking body would need to go into? And that don't even make sense. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care. That's just weird. Creepy. I don't understand it. Why would you even be thinking such a thing? When a child is missing, or you think that they run away or something, especially when you're Sebastian's age, the last thing you're going to be thinking is, or want to think, or it's going to pop in your head is they're dead and buried under concrete. Period. You're welcome, Rita. But what I was saying when I was muted, so rudely muted myself and didn't know it. I did that to myself. Was okay. So what she's going to say is she took his stuff. Okay, so I took some stuff, or the attorney's going to say, or whoever, I took some stuff to Goodwill. He would have outgrown it. He didn't need it. We were planning on taking it anyway. So, oh, thank you. And look, Junia, that's how you say it, Junia, right? Am I right on that one? God, I'm sorry. I'm butchering your name. But anyway, look, it looks like you would want to keep his t-shirt or a couple of shirts or something with your child's smell or something. Why would you get rid of it? I heard early on she got rid of all of his stuff. Why? Because she knew, in my opinion, he was not coming back, in my opinion. Yeah, make a quilt out of it. You know, one time I was in high school and I made a quilt out of t-shirts, honest to goodness. Make a quilt out of it. Yeah, why not give it to Seth? Exactly. And yeah, don't forget the private property, secondhand construction. I'm just saying, there's so many things. I'm just saying, but why not give it to Seth, right? And then she had the nerve to leave her house and go hold Chris's hand. She told Nancy Grace she wasn't going back to work just yet, but she was going with Chris while he went to do that. You don't hold a grown man's hand while he goes and see if he can get a job. Come on now. If you got a missing child, you stay at home and you either look for that child or you sit there and you wait and you wait and you wait. Period. It's bullshit. You don't move. And I forget where I was reading the other day. I told somebody a couple of days ago, I said, I was in a hurry. That was my own fault. I was reading or I heard a video or both. But Eric Craddock said, everybody was talking about sorry about that. Okay, so Eric Craddock was talking about remember back when everybody was saying they moved or they're going to move or they're going to sell their house or something like that, and then everybody was saying that was bull crap and all that. Well, I come across like where early on Eric Craddock was talking to the news media. I don't remember which one. I wish I would have grabbed it now, but he said he gave them permission to move. I don't know if that was moving to Memphis, to Mississippi. I don't know. That don't mean that they sold their house or nothing. No, I'm not saying that. But I don't know, Whispering Winds. But what I'm saying is, what if, I thought then, what if, and Chris always said, like, well, the police know where we're at. Okay. Maybe they had eyes on them, maybe they didn't. But what if Chris and Katie went up there and they said, okay, I'm going XYZ to stay here or whatever to get a job or to look for work. And this is where we'll be. And Eric took them for their word. But they didn't have eyes on them. Okay? But what would stop them from going to other parts of they're free to go where they want to go. They're not under arrest. But let's say, what if they wanted to go to Connecticut? Just saying. Okay. Katie, have you ever used the name Catherine? Just wondering. Or what if they wanted to go to Texas or whatever? Would they be obliged to think, well, hell, Eric thinks we're here. We don't have to tell him every damn thing we do. That's our business. I'm just wondering. Just curious. What if they did want to make it down by the border? And back to Mississippi? Because I'm telling you, I seen what Eric Craddock wrote and I seen what he said. But I am telling you, I have a life outside of YouTube, and I was headed out the door, and I couldn't stop what I was doing to even have time to send it to myself. Brianna, thank you. Sometimes if people would stop and think, and literally try to figure out things instead of worrying about all the hate and what everybody else is doing, and literally try to figure out what is going on and where's Sebastian, people might get somewhere. I'm just wondering why that don't happen on here. Thank you, Whispering Winds, for dropping by. All right, let's continue this.
I want to know what kind of mother donates her child's clothes. Now, listen, in here she said his old clothes. But it's weird timing, right? Like, people were out searching. Like, you had all this time before he went missing to get rid of his old clothes, if that's really what they were, if they're really his old clothes. Why, when he's missing, why are you going to take his clothes and drop them off to Goodwill? I mean, nobody else finds that weird. Of course, everything Katie has done, everything Katie and Chris have done regarding Sebastian is mind-blowing to me. It's mind-blowing to me. Now, we know Chris has had CPS. He has CPS calls on. He has CPS reports on him, right? We know that. We know because Chris has slipped up before and said that he had the one he had on him, meaning the other ones, meaning the other reason that the CPS worker was there was not for him. It was for his mother. It was for Katie. It was for Sebastian's mother.
That afternoon, CPS, so the teacher reports it. Mm-hmm. That afternoon, CPS shows up to the house while we're actually sitting down to eat dinner. Now, mind you, 15-year-old child, he's not real happy because he's in trouble, so he's being punished. So he shows, he makes a report. They come to the house, and the lady who comes to the house is the same lady who had she's had a case before. Now, the case that was before,
come on,
the same lady we've had she's had a case before. Now, the case that was before was something that didn't even happen, and it's like 3 stories that were shoved into one. And when they finally got it debunked, they were like, "Oh, he got so mixed up in telling one story, it mixed into 3, and it caused a commotion." Well, they canceled that out. So the one on me, she shows up, and I said, "Hey, how you doing? It's her again."
Hey, how you doing? It's her again. The same lady that was here, but she wasn't here for me this time. I mean, she was here for me this time. She wasn't here for me last time, because this is the one on me. So all of these videos that are getting put out of Chris and Katie spending time with Sebastian, or Chris teaching Sebastian something, trying to imply to the world, trying to show the world that he was the world's greatest stepdad, after he's been out for a year, running his yapper, sticking his foot in his mouth, going on and on and on about all of the all of the crazy things that we have heard from these two individuals that are supposed to be loving, caring parents to Sebastian. This is what we get. And now they have to save face. Now they got to try to make themselves look better. Now they got to try to make Chris not look like such a bad guy. But what's done is done. You can't, life comes, there are no erasers, right? Life doesn't come with erasers. You can't turn back time. You can't erase things that you've said. All right, let me hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. I love you guys. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep out.
So y'all go over and subscribe to that channel. That was the Sin Family, CYN. And you know, let her know I sent you over if you do. And you know, share out any good videos. Hold on, I'm trying to get this off of here. Lord have mercy, honey. Okay, I think I got that. Let me get this music off. Okay. Now, there we go. I think we got it right there. Yeah, they're watching. Believe they watch everything. They watch everything. They're watching. They don't have nothing better to do like go out and find Sebastian. They're watching. They're watching. That's why I talk directly to them, because I know they're watching. It ain't because I'm nuts. Well, I am nuts too. I'm nuts and don't mind to admit it. I'm proud of who I am, honey. I am proud of who I am. But if this is premeditated, which I think it is, and like I heard Nancy Grace say a long, long time ago, something can become premeditated really quick. So at any point, and that's long before I came on YouTube. But if this is premeditated, I always thought it was, and I believe we, you know, premeditated or not, I believe that they had burner phones that they didn't turn in. That's just my opinion. But what if his phone, Chris, what if his phone was at home, like, or at his trailer as his fifth wheel in Memphis or wherever as an alibi to do that 3-hour call? What if he was in that house with Katie and Sebastian and he hired that car to take him back? Now, I'm just saying, these are my thoughts and my opinions only. You know, no matter if it was his family or not that he hired, because we know they like to spend money on this stuff. And so what if, you know, and I keep thinking back to that call. I think I know who that call was from. I'm not going to say the name yet. I even asked Justin if that's who it was talking about. And for whatever reason, I don't know what reason, and it may be for the safety of Sebastian if he is out there alive, and I can respect that. And I asked Justin, I don't know if Justin knew that or not, or it was the same person. And I gave Justin a little bit of information yesterday. And he said, I said, is that who you're talking about? And he said, because we had discussed some other things. So I don't know yet. But I don't want to do anything. I would never do anything to jeopardize Sebastian. But I think I do know who that person is. But because in my interview, he kept saying we, and that's one he did not correct. Also, he from day one to this day tells everything as if he was there every step of the way. He knows every detail, in my opinion, and he seems to know more than Mom. Hey, K-Mac and Grave Crime with Grace and everybody coming in. And what she don't know or what she is confused about, when I go back and I watch her on these interviews with the news stations and stuff like that, she'll look at him and then he always answers that and fills in the blanks. And he always answers. I want you to listen also to Rich and Ruby. I was going to play it tonight. I'm not sure we have that time, but there is an interview that he played, I believe, last night. I believe it's one day old. And Rich and Ruby dropped his channel again. And there's a part in there, I didn't mark it, but anyway, he has pretty much everything I've been thinking and saying in that video. It was kind of weird. So I want you to listen to that one. I don't know if he's done one tonight, but it was yesterday. It was like one day ago. And maybe y'all can understand him better than you can understand me, but it makes perfect sense. So please listen to him. Thank you, Richard, if you're listening to this, also for going that extra mile to find and study out about the trash trucks. What he did, I want you to hear in that video is this. What I want you to hear, he also got down in one of the trash trucks. They allowed him to get in the trash trucks as well. And kudos to him, man. He's out there, boots on the ground. And they explained to him like how everything worked as far as how heavy stuff was, how stuff. Yeah, drop the link, Rich and Ruby right here. Ruby's the dog right here. Okay. And like how they can tell stuff is heavy and whatnot and stuff like that. So he literally got to see all that. And hey, Chris, hello. And so I just thought that was pretty neat, in my opinion. And just know, in my opinion, like I said, y'all know I'm going to say it. I'm sorry. In my opinion, they're trying to get people to stop looking for Sebastian, and I think that's pretty disgusting. In my opinion, if Sebastian's mother cared about Sebastian at all, if Chris, the stepdad, cared and loved Katie and wanted to protect his family like he said he did, one, they would not support any of these channels that's not trying to help Sebastian. Any of these little gatherings of hate, they would stop. Anyone putting out filth talk on Sebastian's name, they would stop it, or they would at least try to voice their opinion about those places. But instead, they love it. They love them. And they become part of them, and they hire them, and they allow it to go on. And they can sit up there, hey, Jude, they can sit up there and say, oh, Seth, listen, they're not doing nothing to Seth except hurting Seth. Okay? That's all they're doing. And it needs to stop. As, the saying goes, y'all remember that? There's a couple of sayings that Chris can say. Everything's being destroyed. No, Chris, you're destroying everything. You're allowing everything to be destroyed. You and Katie, but mostly you. And the saying, birds of a feather flock together. They really do flock together. And the other one is when someone shows you who they are, believe them. You've showed the whole damn world who you are, and you're not trying to fix it at all. You're getting worse by the day. Even if you're not on here, you're getting worse by the day. You are allowing these things to happen. You. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them, unless you're blind, deaf, and just plain ass stupid. But hey, you can lead a horse to water and a dog to water, but you can't make them drink it. It's been there the entire time. If you don't want to see it, okay. And actions speak louder than words. That's right. Even Chris said himself, everybody can have their thoughts and opinions, even no matter what they are, as long as they're respectful. Then on the other hand, he's allowing them and hiring them to bash everybody in Sebastian's name. Hey, he can't bully Sebastian anymore. He's got to get his frustration and anger out somewhere on somebody, in my opinion. Don't matter who it is, who it strikes, whose family it is. It don't matter. Sebastian is not his punching bag anymore. Right, Chris? Got to get that frustration out on somebody. Can't do it to Katie. Well, you can, but all eyes are on Katie and YouTube right now. God gave us a brain and common sense. How we choose to use it is up to each one of us. That's all. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be a lawyer. You don't have to be a teacher. You don't have to have a degree. You just have to have a little common sense and use it. Everybody can believe or think what they want. I don't agree with everybody, even here in my chat tonight, and everybody here in my chat tonight don't agree with me, and that's okay. We're all adults here, and we don't hate each other. We don't hate each other for our opinions and our beliefs. We don't recruit here, hate, we don't do that. We don't try to get, we just don't do that. We try to get the word out for Sebastian. He's still missing. There is still hope, no matter what some of us think or some of us believe. All tips must be checked. They must be checked out. Either way, if he's still with us or not, either way, he has to be found. He deserves to be found. Seth deserves closure. Actually, Katie deserves closure too. Listen to this, hate channels. If Katie is innocent, if the mother of Sebastian is innocent, and Chris Proudfoot, the stepfather, is innocent, and they had nothing to do with this, don't you think they deserve closure too? Don't you think they all deserve closure? They need to go on with their lives, their jobs. Don't you think they need closure? Ask yourself. You choose not to see it, But ask yourself, that's what you all need to ask yourself. It doesn't matter what pictures come out, what voicemails come out, who does what. Actions speak louder than words. They're a day late and a damn dollar short. Actually, they're over a year late and many dollars short. Suck it up, buttercups. Chris and Katie. You can end this now. It's not about y'all. It's not about getting your little feelings hurt. It's not about y'all. We done established. It's not about Seth either. He's done established that to the world. Stop getting everyone to do your dirty work. And either trying to take the focus off of Sebastian because nobody else's past matters. Nobody else's family matters. Nobody else gives two shits. Nobody else's family gives two shits. I don't care who they are. And nobody is going anywhere that's really in this case for Sebastian. Nobody. Nobody. The ones that are here for Sebastian will be Sebastian strong. And they're not going to shut up. They're going to continue to be Sebastian strong until the very end, until there's justice. We're all here to stay. We're all here to stay until the end. Just know that if anyone in this entire world or anyone in this country thinks you know where Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is, please call it in. Contact your local authorities or call 911 if you think you've seen Sebastian Rogers. Or listen to me, Sebastian, if you're out there, if you hear this, if you come across this, call your daddy. Call your daddy. Call Seth. Call your daddy. Call 911. If you're ever out in public with anybody, whoever's got you, scream, run, call for help. If anybody, if you think you know or seen or think even a month back prior to weeks, days, or anything, nights, anything suspicious to February 25th, 2024 with any of this family, the stepdad, Chris Proudfoot, the mother, Katie Proudfoot, to be fair, just to be fair, even the father, Seth, and I know he won't care if I say that because he has nothing to hide, or the step grandparents, the Bowersocks, Terry or Kathy, hell, even the sister Melissa Sevenson, whatever she's going by these days, who seem to always have a problem with Sebastian, who I can't even imagine gave anybody any trouble with the light he shined with his little face, always had a smile on it. If you think anything was off, if you was a teacher, a doctor, a parent, a neighbor, someone in a store, someone who come across these people, any of them, I know they're in Tennessee, everyone should know who Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is. But if you ever come across him or his family, and that church, Tyler Fella, you need to speak up if you know anything. It can stay confidential, but go to law enforcement. You can call 615-451-3838. You can call TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. You can call 1-800-TELL-DOG or any FBI agent in your area. You can stay anonymous, but Sebastian needs to be found. And let's treat this like it was day one and make this urgent, because this is urgent. That's a chance that we just got to take. We got to put out flyers. Thank you for sharing him in Ohio. Thank you. Whoever knows anything, please speak up. Maybe you heard something at the job site with Christopher Proudfoot. He worked at St. Jude's. Maybe you overheard something, or you talked to him on a dating site. Maybe you heard something in a bar or out of town at a Texas Roadhouse, or you overheard Katie at her job speaking to her husband on the cell phone about Sebastian. I don't know, but if you're scared to come through with any information, please, it can stay confidential. Immediately call this in. We need to let it be known. Now is the time. It is critical. It is very critical that we find Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. He was 15 when he was disappeared out of his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee. He is now 16 years old, male, white, brown hair, brown eyes, wears black framed glasses. He could have contacts now. 5'5", 120 pounds at the time. They could have changed his hair color, and he could be skinnier, taller, heavy set. We don't know. But again, if you know anything, there's a $347,000 reward. Please, please turn in any information now. Don't let anything distract you. Do the right thing. Don't be intimidated. Do the right thing. This could be your child. It could be your grandchild. It could be your brother. It could be your sister. It could be your granddaughter, your great-grandkids. It could be your cousins. It could be your cousins' children's. You don't know. You don't know in the blink of an eye what's going to happen, when, where, or why. If you see something, please say something. Please say something. If you see something, say something. Now's the time. Everybody needs closure. Thank you. Thank you all for joining me, and y'all have a great night. Love you all. Bye.